Took a Uber, get in the Uber. It's like a mid 70s, late 70s woman is the Uber driver. And I'm like, yeah, Monday's gonna be interesting for sure. And I'm like, wow, this woman is really old to be driving Uber. But I didn't say nothing, but she started up a conversation. So, me, retireebills.com. So I'm like, why are you Ubering right now? Like I didn't say it like that, but I'm like, why are you Ubering? She was like, my husband died and Social Security is not enough. And I was like, whoa. She's a white lady too. I'm not even talking about minority. White lady, grandmother age, and then some. So I was like, how long have you been Ubering? She was like 7 years. I was like, oh my God. So you started in your 70s. In my head, I didn't ask how old she was. You never ask a woman how old she is. Right. So I'm like, wow. And I was like, do you make enough to cover your bills? Right. This is the next logical question. She was like, yeah, I do okay. I mean, I don't make a lot of money. She was like, actually, during the COVID year, I made like 80,000. I was like, you were driving during COVID? She was like, I had to. I'm like, yeah, but you could have got sick and died. She's like, I had to, or I couldn't eat. And I'm like, whoa. And again, maybe it threw me off because this was a white lady and she was a boomer, and boomers had it the best. They had a lot. And so 'cause she said this to me. She said, I'm not a poor woman though. Don't think I'm a poor woman. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's not adding up. Maybe you're losing it. No. She's like, I own a $1.5 million apartment in Manhattan. I'm like, what? So I literally was like, so why don't you just sell the apartment and live off that instead of Ubering? She's like, I don't want to sell the apartment because what am I gonna do? Real estate is crazy expensive. So if I sell it, I'm gonna have to pay taxes. So let's say I sell a $1.5 million house apartment and I gotta pay 40% tax right there. It's about half gone. So now I gotta live off 700, 800,000. Where am I gonna buy something for 800,000 in New York? She's like, even in the Bronx, it costs a lot. And I was like, she's like, then I still gotta work too because it's still property tax. And I'm like, this is scary, man. This is scary. Like, this is a person who had it the best generation, has $1 million paid off apartment, is only getting Social Security. It's not enough, so she has to Uber. That is scary, scary stuff. And this is why I'm saying, like, if you look at all of your options, I do not see how crypto is not a very big part of it because you put your money in stock, you have to sell it to use it. You can't easily borrow off of it. If you put your money in real estate, you're going to have property tax, and property tax grows with the value of the house, or the property. So unless you're renting it out and you can raise the prices, it's going to become a burden. Also, the woman was even saying, she was like, and this car that I'm driving in right now, I have to borrow it. So she pays $400 a week to borrow the car to Uber. So I'm like, so how much you stay with? She's like, not that much, but at least I can eat. And I'm like, oh my God. Because basically, and I didn't want to ask too much, I was just letting her speak. But basically, what's happening is wherever the property, she got maintenance or property tax, that's probably where her Social Security goes. And she needs extra money to eat. So she Ubers. And like at least close to 80. And I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy because most people are not going to have $1 million home. Let's be honest. Like most people in America are not going to have $1.5 million home in Manhattan. Right. So what happens to those people? Right. And then Uber is an option right now, but there's already in Austin self-driving taxis. Look it up. It's already happening. There's cars going around without people in them that take you where you got to go. And she said it herself. She was like, thank God that this is even an option for me. So think about that, right? Like she's even able to rent a car and Uber and make income versus what will be her option once Uber is self-driving. right? Like my dad was even telling me he went into Home Depot, and the people working at Home Depot are looking older and older. And he's like, there's like really old people working at Home Depot. And I'm like, this is something you're gonna start looking around now. You're gonna see is a lot of older people having to work, and they're gonna raise the retirement age to 70. So it's gonna get worse and worse. And once you retire, like I've been saying, your cost of living has to come down because you're gonna make less money unless you've invested the right way. But then when you think about what are the options to invest in, I just told you stock, told you real estate, gold, that's another option. But again, gold is not gonna turn into a lot of money. Maybe, who knows? But I don't think so. And again, where are you gonna put gold? Like, you're gonna put gold in your walls? Like, I don't know, right? I really think crypto was created for us to get out of this screwed up system. It's up to us though to understand the screwed up system and the way this new system was created to fix the old system.